I'd like to hand over to our first speaker, who is Dr. Amber Vater, the Head of Strategic Project Delivery at STFC.
My name is Amber Vater. I work in the Strategy Planning Communications Directorate at Science and Technology Facility Councils, and I'm assuming you probably all know that we are part of UKRI these days. And so I'm going to talk to you about one of the programmes for which DAFNI has secured some funding. And this is called Building a Secure and Resilient World. So I'll start quite high level and work my way down, and then hopefully ask any questions at the end. So as part of the UKRI forward strategy, we have several sort of high level objectives. All of these documents are available on UKRI website if you're interested. And the big kind of headline that we're aiming to is transforming tomorrow together. So this is how UKRI will use its power to harness full research and innovation systems to tackle large and complex challenges. So through this strategy, the UKRI sort of strategic delivery arm has identified 5 strategic themes, of which UKRI sort of funding, this is the additional funding that we kind of get on top of what the 9 councils and bodies get directly allocated. So this is like new money almost for funding. So we have these 5 strategic themes. So yeah, the bottom kind of enabler really is about building international partnerships as well, and leading and trying to engage and create UK leadership and participation in sort of international research and innovation programs as well. Next slide then, thank you. So again, a little bit more background to where this thematic funding has come from. So of these 5 themes listed on here, you'll see the Building a Secure and Resilient World one highlighted second in the list. So this is one of the 5 pillars, and the others all have different work streams within UKRI that kind of parallel what we're doing here with this Building a Secure and Resilient World. So there will be potentially other calls around these other themes coming through UKRI in the same time frame that we're looking at this funding for DAFNI as well. So do keep your eyes open on the UKRI website and funding finder for opportunities within those areas as well. So these investments, particularly the one through DAFNI, is going to feed into a much bigger programme around the Building a Secure, Resilient World. Next slide, please. So the funding in total, each of these 5 themes has up to £75 million associated with the next 5 years. So we currently have this split into the 2 spending reviews. So at the moment, we're looking at the review period 22, 23, 24, 25, of which the DAFNI funding would be covered. And then is a future planning assumption that there will be further funding in the next 3 years of the next spending review. And we would hope to try and again get DAFNI some funding for those 3 years as well. So although the current funding is short term, the next 2 years, there is potential that that may be extended for another future 3 years, assuming we can get funding through the next spending review period. Okay, next one, please. So this particular theme, as we've just highlighted here, is really trying to strengthen social economic resilience and enhance national security across virtual and physical spaces. And we want to do this by improving awareness of risks, threats, increasing our preparedness, informing our decision-making and responses, and allowing change to be understood, particularly more around the public kind of domain. Next one, please. And through this theme, these are the kind of the main aims that we would like to achieve. So we're looking to provide a robust response to complex challenges facing the UK. We're looking to develop and deliver solution-based systematic approaches. And we want to help develop tailored approaches to security and resilience challenges through multidisciplinary research. So I appreciate there's a lot of words on there. And the highlighted ones are the important ones. So those are the ones that hopefully make it clear what we're trying to achieve here. Next one, please. So within the Building a Secure and Resilient World programme, we have broken this down into a number of themes. So the 2 starred themes on here are the ones which DAFNI really tries to deliver through. So this is around using technologies for resilience, security and defence, and also hopefully feeding into the resilience of security of supply chains as well. So again, it's quite a lot of detail on there. And there are a lot, as I said earlier, there will hopefully be opportunities around some of these areas as well coming out in the next few months. So again, keep your eyes open for those. Next slide. So these are some of the projects that are being funded through that programme of work and through those sub-themes. So DAFNI at the top is obviously one of our STFC areas that we've got funding for. And there's also another STFC project which is looking at space situational awareness. And this is some funding for new facilities down at our Bolton site, if anyone's aware of that one. There'll also be funding, or there's a current funding call, I should say, for digital twins through EPSRC. And there's also likely to be some funding for quantum technologies for PNT coming through EPSRC as well. Two more calls that are in the pipeline that again may be of interest to this community are through BBSRC. So these are the kind of the supply chain relevance. So we're hoping that again they will be out during the summer. And then there are a number of ESRC, so that's Economic Social Research Council, and AHRC, Arts and Humanities, that will also possibly be in the pipeline later this year, and a couple of National Environment Research Council funds as well. So again, a big list of potential projects that will be open for funding over the next year or so that will hopefully all bring back together information and data and help us to address the aims of the theme that we've outlined in the programme. Next one, please. So one of the other activities that this programme is going to deliver is looking to build a hub. So this would be again an open call, and there is currently a scoping study to help us understand what this call might really entail. But we're trying to think about how the study will bring together sort of the current state of knowledge about each of these sub-themes, trying to understand the baseline of where we are, where we want to go. And then there will be a hub that would be asked to do some horizon scanning, think about networks, collating information together. So there will be opportunities through that call, which probably will come through the AHRC. But again, there'll be opportunities to host the hub that will bring together all of the information for the programme as a whole. There we are. I think that's coming to the next one. Yeah, and that's the last one from me. So there's a bit of a quick run through, and appreciate the landscape of the UKRI funding is quite complicated, but hopefully this just gives you a flavour of some of the other activities as well that will be coming through this particular programme of work that potentially might be within your scope of interest as well. So that's it from me, and happy to take any questions.